Good evening and welcome to another episode of Ben and Jack's Travels. This week we bring you to the Portuguese town of Viseu, famous for many things such as the Atlas Mountains, the River Nile, and the population of over 50 people.
50
people.
There's one.
Yeah, there's a few there. Two down there, one in a bag.
So, this episode we are going to be talking to you about the main differences of living in a huge city like Viseu. For example, the cultural differences, differences with language, traditional food, lots.
Yep. So sit back, relax, enjoy and learn about the town of Viseu. One very popular pastime in Portugal is cafes and coffee. We're here at Cyber Viseu, where on a good day you get served within around 15 to 20 minutes. With today being a busy Saturday, to create such a delicacy, we usually get served in around about half an hour on a good day. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure the coffee will be worth the wait. Obrigado. In Portugal, they don't say the word thank you. That's not because they're rude, it's because instead they say obrigado, or for a woman, obrigada.
Okay, so one of the typical things to mention is the traditional Portuguese cuisine. For example, we have here a Portuguese supermarket. Pronto a cozinhar. This is a traditional Portuguese dish. It directly translates to fish on leaves with lemon. So.
Over in Portugal there are very different celebrities as we do in England. One very famous person is Castelo Branco. Nobody knows whether it's a man or a woman, but judging by the red lips, I'd say it's probably a woman. In Britain it's quite common, well not common, but it's heard of to have a heart transplant from the heart of a pig. In Portugal they take this one step further. If you've got problems with your hearing, if you're deaf, you can buy a pig's ears and wear these. If you have a speech impediment and you can't talk properly, you can buy a pig's tongue and put that in your mouth and hopefully you can talk better. Likewise, if you have any foot injuries, you can buy a pig's trotter and wear those as well. Now there's one very popular guy here in Viseu, you might recognise him. I'll give you a clue, if you look at the hoods. Yep, it's Robin Hood. He's very respected here in Viseu, so they decided to make a shrine of him. See written down here, that's just Portuguese for Robin Hood.
People often say that the pavements of Viseu are just like one big jigsaw, and very kindly they often leave certain areas for you to finish the jigsaw yourself. So I'm just gonna... As you know, the main religion in Portugal is Buddhism. So here we have the only cathedral in Viseu. It's the main one. I'll just tell you a bit of background behind it. So basically we have these four bells which represent each of the two rites of passages of Buddha. At the very top there we have Buddha. There's some weird, I don't really know, sort of statue at the top. I mean, it almost looks like Christianity, but obviously they've made a bit of a fool of themselves there. This was built literally in a matter of days by these people, who were then actually cast in stone and preserved, and they're now left there to sit underneath Buddha. But yes, I mean, it's visited regularly by hundreds of people, none of which are from Viseu. They're all from all over the world. But yeah, so this is the Cathedral of Viseu. One of the big attractions to Viseu is that it's not a tourist attraction. There's not a lot of people that come here because, Ben, why is that?
Well, it's absolutely. It's a very, very much traditional Portuguese place. People don't need to learn English here, so we'll get a guy, for example. Excuse me, desculpa, that's excuse me.
That means excuse me.
Right, this guy would not understand what we're saying. What should we say? Unless you say a basic phrase or an international phrase. Do you like football? Football.
Yes, I love football.
And whatever answer he gives, you'll never understand.
Yeah, exactly. So, do you like foot?
Yes, I love football.
See,
I love
we
football.
don't understand. It's just it's all Portuguese. It's
like-
all Portuguese.
I'm a huge fan of football.
For example.
So here we are at the only cathedral of Viseu. As you know, the most popular religion in the whole of Portugal is Hinduism. So this palace was built for people to come and worship the Hindu gods. Just to tell you a bit about the building, it was built in a matter of days. The pole in the middle there is used primarily for pole dancing, as this place is open as a nightclub at night time.
This car here is blue.
Yes,
It's blue.
my favorite color.
What-
This card
what?
is from the favorite color.
But what is your favourite colour?
Blue.
No. What?
I think he's talking about
is
Baloo
your-
from the
so
Jungle
my
Book,
favourite
or
colour is black.
who knows?
Yes, black,
What?
this color.
But that's how it
What
goes.
is your
They don't know the language.
favourite
It's
colour?
perfectly understandable
Favorite colour is blue.
because they don't
No,
need to know
no,
the language.
no,
We
but
don't know their
this is
language,
blue.
and it's absolutely
Yeah,
fine.
my favorite color.
Hello again. I'm afraid that's all we have time for this week. I hope you've enjoyed learning all about the culture of Viseu, and I certainly have.
As have I, Ben. As have I.
Yep.
So just remember, next time someone mentions the very populous city of Viseu, you can tell them all about the religion,
Yep.
which we know is, well, it's a bit opaque, but the religion. You can talk all about the culture, the food. Everyone's incredibly friendly.
Absolutely. Well, that's all for this week. Next week, tune in as we take you to the Christian town of Baghdad. Ciao.